this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
Right?
watching this episode
of Oregon Life.
Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and we move on to part 3 of the triathlete with Miranda Bush. In this episode, we'll meet some more athletes. Miranda will talk about mental health and the training aspect of mental health and much more. And as always, we are thankful to produce this episode through the generous contributions of Tour Horse Insurance. Tour Horse Insurance is more than a sponsor of Oregon Life. Tour Horse, like OCAmedia, has celebrated our community for over 45 years, fulfilling their insurance needs. Through their generous contributions, Tour Horse Insurance has been a wonderful partner to OCAmedia, making it possible for us to produce episodes like Greenhaven Gardens, Keene Garlic, and highlighting the best of Oregon and surrounding areas. And that includes this episode, Part 3, Miranda Bush, the triathlete. Enjoy this episode. And if you haven't seen 1 and 2, please go back and watch those. They're inspiring.
Hi, my name is Jane. I have been a triathlete for only 2 years. I started having Miranda as a coach probably 10 plus years ago. And at that particular time, I was running, and then I started biking and going into duathlons because I couldn't swim. So 2.5 years ago, I finally learned how to swim at the age of 69. And I did my first triathlon 2 years ago as well. I've since done 4 more. I have another one scheduled for the end of this month. Miranda has been awesome. I'm her oldest athlete, and she really works with me. I mean, she pushes me. She doesn't consider me old, and she knows my abilities, and she keeps working with me. She knows I can do better. She knows I can get faster. She doesn't look at me, like I said, like I'm an old person. She's just been so encouraging. There's never a negative thing coming out of her mouth. You know, she always says, you know, we can all do hard things, and we can. My friends are amazed, the ones that are my age and not running, biking, or swimming. I'm very proud of what I've done. If 10 years ago, if you told me that I was going to swim and then I was going to be a triathlete, I would have said, you are crazy. And Miranda, I want to say, did not push me. This was just something in my head that I wanted to challenge myself because I love a challenge. And I did it. And it was just, I think the first triathlon I did was in the Kenosha area. And she was tracking me when I was in the water, whatever, and her kids told me how she was excited when I got out of the water. She was excited when I got off the bike. When I came back to the area, I had this whole group of people greet me. And it was just awesome. And Miranda is just one of the best, because I've had another coach, but I would say Miranda is one of the best coaches out there because she truly cares about you. She cares about your goals. She encourages you. She wants you to succeed. She wants you to have joy when you're doing it. And one of the things she always says is when you're out there in a race, just keep on smiling because it helps it. So.
Hi, we're out here cheering on the Milkman Half Ironman Triathlon today, and we have about 5 people from our team doing it, and this whole crowd just loves being out here cheering for racers, and so it's having fun.
So the mental aspect of training, the way that I see it is
we get the opportunity to learn from our training and have it benefit our mental health. And then we kind of get to put that back into our training and it gets to improve our performance. So I think that really being mentally stronger, as people talk about, is something that can really benefit it. But the way that I really look at it as the mental health benefit of training is really having the opportunity to be yourself and to really be outside in nature where you get stress relief, you get the endorphins release, you get the camaraderie of others often, you get kind of all the things that we know that you need, but then you also, through sport, you get the opportunity to learn a lot about yourself and the opportunity to show up every day as who you are and have that freedom to kind of put that out there in a way that a lot of times adults, we kind of get complacent or we get comfortable and we don't want to challenge ourselves. And I think those challenges really benefit our mental health. Like I said, in addition to things that are kind of the things that we know that we can read on, an Instagram post or a Facebook post. But I think that when we have the invitation to kind of learn more about ourselves and put ourselves on the ground and be grounded in who we are, I think that that's the way that we can be, all disorders aside, that's the way that we can be the most authentic in who we are. And I think that sport really offers that opportunity for all of us. So today I'm going to swim here at Fireman's Park in Verona in this lovely little lake that we use for training. I'm actually here to swim with a friend of mine who it's her first open water swim, something I love to do with people and get them in the water. Here in Wisconsin, we tend to be afraid of open water swimming, so it's kind of fun to be able to show people that it's fun. So we'll do some laps and get out in the deep water and see how it goes.
All right, hi, my name is Beck. I have been coached by Miranda Bush since 2016, longtime friend before that. Made the coaching experience quite better because she knew the ins and outs of who I was as a person and how I operate. For me, having a coach, and especially Miranda knowing me as well as she does, it takes the thinking out of the workouts and you just are able to focus on the work because truly, ultimately, especially in an iron distance race, all the work comes in the training. If you show up at race day and you haven't done the work, you shouldn't show up at race day. And I always kind of approached it as race day was the party. The work was already done, so just get out and enjoy it. And having workouts, being able to speak freely and openly with Miranda has always been phenomenal. Like I said, longtime friend before she ever coached me. Mentally, this is a sport that you need to get over some hurdles. Fortunately for me, those really weren't an obstacle. It was just believing in myself and being able to do it, and she's always been there to help that along the path, and tips, pointers, and everything else. And it's always been great to train with her, race with her, and just be a friend and a coach.
Watching this episode of Oregon Life.
Thanks for
Right?
watching this
Episode of Oregon Life.